The sharp financial changes that Nostradamus warned about are no longer abstract predictions. In esoteric circles, it has long been known that when certain energy flows change direction, they affect only those with special potential. And now it has become clear 6 signs of the zodiac stand in a zone of unprecedented material upsurge, capable of leading to a profit of 10 million. This is not a general trend. This is not a mass prediction. This is the selective action of a powerful impulse, what Nostradamus described as point enrichment for those ready to accept a sharp turn in their fate. Ahead, you will hear exactly who this financial flow will open to, and what inner factor will be the key to receiving a colossal sum. If you want to continue receiving analyses of this level and walk through all the energy changes with me, subscribe right now and mark which sign interests you most. This will help shape future materials more precisely for you. Aries. For Aries, this period becomes a phase of extraordinarily accurate decisions, where each step brings material growth. Nostradamus described it as a moment of maximum concentration of inner will capable of changing the scale of an entire life. The path to 10 million opens not by chance, but through the combination of determination, quick reaction, and the ability to notice what others overlook. Aries will feel an intense desire to change the financial structure of life. The usual models will cease to satisfy. An impulse arises toward something significantly larger. They will begin investing energy in areas that previously seemed irrelevant or too risky, yet these will lead to the breakthrough. Nostradamus emphasized, the strength of Aries lies in acting precisely when others stop due to doubt. Money begins arriving faster than Aries can redistribute it. Financial energy condenses in one place, forming a reserve that becomes capital of a new level. Big money begins to attract big money, the effect of magnetic dynamics, when capital works for the person faster than the person works for capital. Aries enters a flow where determination becomes the instrument of significant material growth. For Aries, 10 million is not a random number, it is the natural consequence of willpower and the readiness to act where others do not dare. Taurus. Already in early months, Taurus will feel a shift in the rhythm of events. Decisions that once required long hesitation will give way to forward motion without delay. Nostradamus emphasized that a rare financial corridor will open for this sign, one that works as a lever for large sums. Taurus will discover that the strength of stability transforms into the force of multiplication. Every action becomes a tool for increasing capital. From early in the year, new opportunities arise in the material sphere that previously seemed irrelevant. Taurus moves from caution to scaling without losing the natural ability to assess risk clearly. Mid-year strengthens the financial dynamic. New partnerships, profitable deals, successful investments significantly better than expected. Money ceases to be a consequence. It becomes an active part of his actions. The material space itself begins to respond to his decisions. By summer's end, Taurus enters large-scale financial processes that demand strategic thinking. He stops being merely a participant, he becomes the center of events. Opportunities arise involving major resources, investment portfolios, serious projects, cash flows that exceed previous ones many times over. By year's end, Taurus will form an accumulated financial momentum that creates the opportunity to receive 10 million. Every step throughout the year will have led to this very result. Gemini. From the first weeks, Gemini will feel that events develop faster, more accurately, more efficiently. Nostradamus noted that for this sign, a path opens where information, contacts, and speed of thought become tools for great material growth. The first real changes begin early in the year. Information will flow toward Gemini. News that seems random to others will contain hidden clues. Conversations that seem secondary will open opportunities. Connections that have long lain dormant will suddenly become active. Their strength lies in seeing combinations where others see chaos. In the active months ahead, Gemini will work in a wider space using intellect, flexibility, and the ability to see perspective where others see only obstacles. They will gain access to large financial flows, become participants in negotiations involving significant sums. Their flexibility and ability to manage several directions simultaneously yields results that exceed expectations. Mid-year, Gemini enters the rhythm of big capital, the rhythm that allows seeing the whole picture, making strategic decisions, relying on large-scale results. Major deals, unexpected financial inflows, business development, the realization of long-delayed ideas. Nostradamus wrote that in such periods Gemini becomes the center of financial flows that merge into a powerful material stream. By autumn, intellect works at its highest level and intuition becomes more precise than ever. This is when access opens to the financial opportunities that pave the way to capital of 10 million. Cancer. For Cancer, the year begins as though a force long awaiting its moment is awakening within. Events cease to drag, and financial energy forms in clear waves moving in his direction. Nostradamus believed that Cancer possesses the hidden ability to transform uncertainty into capital, and emotional sensitivity into a precise instrument for making correct decisions. Cancer will gradually enter a state of concentration where every detail matters. This attentiveness to nuance becomes the foundation that leads to material change. Their emotional intuition sharpens, they begin sensing not only events but the intentions of people, the hidden logic of decisions, the trends in financial flows. The first true breakthrough arrives as Cancer begins receiving offers that bring long-term profit. Deals open access to new earning instruments. Collaborations form with people who think in the category of large numbers. Cancer acts carefully but with certainty. Their style is not speed but deep strategy, and it is this strategy that shapes the path to significant sums. As the year progresses, Cancer ceases to react to events and begins to shape them. They unite resources, leverage connections, refine financial processes, and start thinking in scales that previously seemed unreachable. By year's end, Cancer realizes that the road to 10 million was no accident. It was the result of precise decisions, intuition, emotional mastery, and strategic thinking. Money will no longer be a problem. It will become a resource that works for them. Leo. For Leo, the year begins not with gradual change but with a sharp inner breakthrough. The usual frameworks will no longer restrict his actions. Courage appears long demanded, and with it, the strength to make decisions without fear or doubt. Nostradamus described it as the phase when Leo rises above his own reality, observing it from a height, and in that height finds clear financial trajectories. Leo will begin receiving signals about external opportunities, hidden chances, new offers, unexpected connections. His decisions will become sharper, his intuition unusually active. His confidence transforms into a driving force that opens the way to big money. The foundation of major capital will be laid as Leo's natural charisma becomes an instrument of influence over the material sphere. He will attract resources, attention, and investments. Opportunities arise tied to large financial flow situations where significant sums depend on his decision. By mid-year, Leo enters the rhythm of substantial material acceleration. He may receive a project that becomes key to his wealth, or a new income channel that grows faster than expected. People begin turning to him for counsel, seeing in him a financial authority. In autumn, financial powers reach maximum concentration. Plans take concrete form. Opportunities take shape. Leo may gain access to high-profit projects or find the instrument decisive for forming the sum of 10 million. By year's end, all decisions, actions, and strategies merge into one powerful financial result, the material peak of the year. Virgo. For Virgo, the year begins with an inner restructuring, as though the entire previous life structure is shifting into a more precise, more thoughtful, more ambitious format. Virgo will feel that analyticity, which often seemed excessive, transforms into an instrument of breakthrough. She will see patterns where others notice only randomness, the first step toward what Nostradamus called the path of long multiplication. Material confidence forms as efforts finally bring not merely results, but systemic results. Opportunities arise for cooperation, increased income, new offers, or a transition to working with far greater potential. Virgo is not inclined to rush, but this year her precision becomes faster. She will know exactly when to act and will not miss the moment. As her mind sharpens to remarkable clarity, even complex tasks become simple schemas. Virgo will begin receiving concrete financial proposals with long-term potential. She will evaluate them coldly, without emotion, and choose the most profitable. Her attention to detail becomes a weapon, not a burden, allowing her to avoid mistakes and make a series of precise decisions that bring her close to a large sum. Mid-year brings expansion. Virgo begins working on projects of significant material potential. People appear who open new horizons. Information arrives that helps build the correct financial scheme. Nostradamus emphasized that in this very period, Virgo finds the foundation of large capital calm, structured, logical. By autumn, large sums begin to form, and opportunities for even greater growth open almost daily. By December, Virgo's income may rise to a level that makes it obvious she stands one step from a multimillion result. This will not be chance, but precise logic built from her mind, discipline, and strategic thinking. Libra. Libra will feel that the entire world is turning toward them with a side previously hidden. The hesitations that long accompanied every financial decision will begin to disappear. In their place, precision, courage, the ability to act without delay. Nostradamus spoke of periods when Libra balances the world around itself, and such a period is beginning. An impulse arrives that propels all financial processes forward. Old contacts return, suddenly offering cooperation. Conversations open new perspectives. Libra finds paths that previously seemed inaccessible. Logic and intuition work synchronously, creating a foundation for financial stability. A month of transformation arrives. Libra raises their ambitions. They make decisions with long-term, large-scale effect. The financial sphere becomes voluminous, not just income, but systemic profit. Not just offers, but opportunities that open the path to large sums. Mid-year reveals an ability not merely to work, but to work purposefully, correctly, strategically. Nostradamus emphasized, in such periods, Libra becomes the center of events, and precisely then opportunities appear that lead to great sums. By the time the financial peak arrives in autumn, Libra will receive a proposal that allows them to earn very large money or find a way to raise income to a level once unreachable. By December, the path to a sum measured in millions has practically been walked. A final opportunity will bring the material result that becomes the culmination of the year: complete financial restoration, growth, scale, and confidence in one's own power. Scorpio. For Scorpio, the year begins not with quiet gradual movement, but with an inner strike of force long held back. The ability awakens to see financial processes through not superficially, but holistically, deeply, understanding what may happen several steps ahead. Nostradamus mentions periods when Scorpio enters the state of master of his own fate, and such will be the start of the year. Scorpio's decisions become sharper, actions more precise, financial intuition nearly infallible. External circumstances adjust to his inner rhythm as though the world stops resisting and begins to work in unison with his force. His strategic thinking activates fully. He notices the smallest details, analyzes people and situations, calculates risks with astonishing precision. Every decision becomes correct not by luck, but because everything was calculated long before. Scorpio realizes he can manage every process, from work negotiations to complex financial schemes. His opportunities expand naturally. He doesn't search for success, success begins finding him. His name, position, or skills become sought after, and financial flows move toward him faster. His influence strengthens, and others see in him a man who holds the situation under control even where everyone else loses their way. By mid-year, Scorpio's discipline becomes flawless, his inner power maximally gathered. He becomes capable of making decisions that change his financial reality forever: an investment, a partnership, the launch of a new venture. Nostradamus called this the power of transformation, the ability to make something great from something small. By December, Scorpio receives an opportunity unlike any in previous years: access to a great sum, a large-scale payment, a hyper-profitable deal, or an event that changes his life. He will enter a force allowing him to reach a level of wealth measured in millions. Sagittarius. From the first days, Sagittarius will feel a strong inner impulse, as though new movement energy is unfolding within. Events will rush into his life with such speed that he can only direct them where they need to go. An invisible corridor opens before him, formed not by accident, but by the precise alignment of his inner power with external opportunity. His personal influence sharply increases. People respond to his words and decisions with heightened attention. Proposals appear unexpectedly. Financial situations that once required strain begin resolving themselves. Sagittarius has the rare ability to see meaning in chaos, and this becomes the foundation. He will find the way where others see a dead end. Decisions accelerate. Sagittarius works with information faster than usual. He unites resources, people, ideas, and it all happens naturally. Nostradamus said that in such periods, Sagittarius becomes a conduit of powerful opportunities. Projects that once seemed too large suddenly seem realistic. Goals once distant prove so close he can act on them immediately. As the year develops, Sagittarius experiences inner recharging. The scale of the future reveals itself. He understands that the entire previous path was only preparation for what comes next. His mind works clearly, his intuition operates flawlessly. He acts as though he can see the map of the future before him. Money begins moving more actively than ever. New income sources appear. Unexpected offers arrive. By year's end, his financial power reaches its peak. He receives an opportunity of true scale, not merely growth, but real breakthrough. The path to millions will not be accidental, but the natural result of his power, speed of thought, strategic mind, and readiness to act when others doubt.